My son bought one of these SRT airbag covers that has the RGB lights, and we're trying to get this mounted in the car. One thing that we have discovered or looked at is that a lot of people that buy these, they say they've got them in, they look great, whatever, but to turn them on and off, they're using an app. And to me, that sounds a little ridiculous. I think it's kind of crazy to have to go to your telephone, log into an app, and then cut this thing on or off, right? Really didn't want to have to go that route. So what we wanted to do was try to find power that would cut on with the key, or cut on with you when you push the start, right? But we haven't found anything there that would work. So behind the airbag, there is the two airbag squibs, which are the wires that go to the back of the airbag. There's also a black wire that goes to the back of the airbag as well. And then there is a harness, and I've already got it disconnected, but it is this harness right here, right? And that goes to a 6-pin connector on the clock spring. And that's the 6-pin connector right there. I'll try to move this out of the way so you can see it a little better. On that 6-pin connector, everything is either always hot, always 12 volts. And I think there's 2 pins in there that actually are a ground. So there's no power there that will cut off with the key. And what I've seen is that a lot of people that have put these in, they say, hey man, check out this cool new airbag I got and how this thing lights up and it's really cool, but they don't go into any detail on how they installed it. You go to the comments in these people's videos and everything I'm seeing is like, hey, so dude, where'd you find the power? Where did you get power to hook this thing up? Or I've hooked this thing up and it stays on all the time. What did you do? How did you fix it or whatever? And again, the comments always come back to saying it is the app that turns this thing on and off. And I'm like hellbound convinced that is the wrong solution for this, right? I wanted to show you what we did to get this to work. And it's not super difficult. We've got just a couple bucks in it. We bought some parts from Amazon. And I think it's a more realistic solution for putting one of these in if you don't want this SRT logo to stay on all the time. So let me show you that. And just so you can see, like right now, the airbag is off. And if I flip the switch, I got it on or off, on, off. And I want to show you how I did that. It really wasn't super complicated, but I thought I would at least give you guys the nuts and bolts on how I did it. So our solution for this was going to Amazon and ordering micro switches. And we bought 50 of these for about $7. So they're really, really cheap, and I'll pull these out and I'll show you what they look like. They're very small, and they actually work perfect for doing this job. And again, here is that micro switch, and you can see how small this thing is. This the black casing on this thing is literally less than a half an inch, so it's pretty small. And once you bend the pins, like that's your input and your output for your switch, and once you bend those over, it's literally tiny. In fact, let me turn this on the side and you can see how thin this thing is. So you can see this thing is really, really small. It's what's that, about 1/8 of an inch for this part here, and maybe it comes up another, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch for this section here. And this, the tip, and I'll flip this on its side, that is a on-off switch, right? So literally you push it and it's either on, or you push it again and it's off, one or the other. On off, just like a switch for anything else. But we wired this in the car. This is obviously the back side of the steering wheel, and you can see on the steering wheel we use a stepper bit, and we cut a hole that would fit just the area for the micro switch button to come out of. No, it's not pretty. I mean, I'm sure we probably could clean that up and make that look great. But it's on the back side of the steering wheel. No one's ever going to see it. And it literally on off. That's it, right? So that gives you the ability to get power to that RGB light. and turn it on or off at your will. So I mean, that's about it. The cool thing about it, and I'll try to take this off real fast so you can see, is and I don't want to like totally disconnect anything, but I used insulation, insulated the wiring, and there's the micro switch right there. And sorry about this, but I don't want to take it the whole way off right now. I've already got it in. But that's the micro switch. I got the wiring kind of wrapped to the side of it. The one little modification I did is, if you look right, get here, zoom in on it. On the back of the steering wheel where these paddle shifters are located, there is a hole right here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. There's a hole right there, middle of the screen, and that's where the Torx bit screw is that that you have to go through to make sure that this whole assembly on the back doesn't fall off the back of your steering wheel. I used a small drill bit and drilled a hole kind of off to the side so I could get the screw in, and then I could fish the wire above the screw through this thing and then come out to the front. So back to the front right here, you'll see I've got two wires right here. I'm just kind of wiggling them a little bit, but it's the ones, the black one and the red one right there in the middle. But that is the wiring, and that literally just comes to and from the micro switch. And one wire is routed to a 12-volt power that is on that harness. The other one goes to the front of this, and then I got a ground. And if you're wondering about the pinout for this and how we did this, I will take the harness off real fast and I'll show you the wires we went to. So back here, and I'll try to get here, show you best I can. There are 6 pins that come out of this, and the second one down looks black. All right, so that is probably gonna be our ground. Yep, that is the second one down, and that's what we use for ground. And then for the 12-volt signal, the very bottom pin on this harness is purple. And I guess I should also say this is a 2015 Dodge Charger RT. Maybe if you got a SXT or a Hellcat or something, maybe these are different, but I would suggest probably getting a multimeter and finding you a good ground, and then pinning these out and see what's what if you're uncertain. But that's the pins that we ended up using, and like I said, I think there's 2 grounds in here, and there are 4 positive connections, so you can get power off any of those 4. I think it would probably be fine. But let me hook that back up. And again, sorry, every time I get my hand in there, the picture goes out. We wired 2 different things in the steering wheel. Obviously the airbag, and like I said, I'll cut that on and off real fast so you can see. And then we also have this carbon fiber steering wheel with a tachometer built into the upper portion of it, with a tachometer display in the center. Like, these change colors. I'll cut the car on in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like. But let me get the airbag in, and then once I do that, we'll discuss. And that is with the airbag installed. And yes, our battery's down. We hooked up an amp in here the other day, and so yeah, the battery's a little weak. But I was going to show you RPM, and I think that can be calibrated so the red line's adjusted to certain areas, but I'm not exactly sure. And that is our steering wheel control thing, airbag cover, and you can see it lights up. I do believe that he'll have to use the app to set this up. I think once he gets it in, he'll just use the app to set this thing to red. I'm hoping that when he does that, it'll stay red. That's sort of the hope there. But anyway, so that's that. This is in. This seems to work. And that's what we got. But I thought I would show you because, like I said, there's not a lot of information online about getting power to these. We even called the manufacturer. My kid bought this from a guy in Tampa, got a business in Tampa with a bunch of airbags or airbag covers, and they look great. They really, really do. But the fact that you can't cut this on and off without having either a switch or something, that makes it a little difficult. But we found a solution that would work. We've got this thing mounted. We've got it in. There seems to be no interference with anything the way we've got this routed. I will say on the back side, when you do get, if you decide to hook this the way we did with the micro switch on the back, you need to route it underneath the paddle shifter, or else when you put the paddle shifter back in, it'll be stiff and difficult to move. I did learn that little trick. Other than that, that's about it. So I thought I would show you this, and good luck to all you people out there that are doing this. And I think you'll be very happy with how this looks once it's in the car. They look really, really cool, I think. So just got to get this this rainbow gay stuff off of here and make this thing red. I think it'll look way better. Anyway, check it out and good luck. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to help you guys out. Have a good one. Later.